The video you are about to see explains why I am taking a break from YouTube. A sabbatical, not quitting, a sabbatical. A break from YouTube. I'm returning at the end of August 2024. I've built 6 years building this amazing audience, a very loyal audience, a very caring audience. So I didn't want to just kind of turn out the lights and then turn them back on without explaining what's going on. This is a cutaway from my What's Up Wednesday show. Now you know the punchline, so you don't need to watch any further, but I'd sure appreciate you watching to understand why, what is happening, what it means for the channel, why I'm taking a sabbatical, what's next for me personally and for the channel, and how you can stay involved, even though I'm going to go pretty dark on YouTube. We're going to pop up here and there. Comment below, stay involved. Would very much like that to happen. We got some big news to share for you, to share with you tonight. And this is going to be probably the toughest video I've done in my entire YouTube career. We're going to talk about that tonight. I just want to thank everybody for being here. I gave some of this amazing audience a heads up this was coming tonight. Some of this is a big surprise to you, and I'm definitely buying some bourbon from the super chats. We'll get to that in a few minutes. Hang in there with me. So I'm going to read off my iPad because this is a pretty heavy subject, and I don't want to goof it up too bad. I'm going to try really hard. Not to tear up. All right, let's do this first. This will help. So I'm going to make a little pour out of the Jefferson's Reserve. This came from the Peace, Love, and Vans, a group honoring me for starting my 6th year of full-time travel in my van. So let's do that as a little medicine. This is, by the way, is really good. I want to thank everybody that was there for that. I'll never forget that. It was one of the highlights of my entire YouTube career. Cheers, everybody. It's so delicious. All right. So let me get through my monologue, then we'll take some questions like we always like to do, and that is no exception tonight. So I'm going to share about what is happening, what it means for Go Small, Live Large, why a sabbatical, what's next for me, what's next for the channel, and how you can stay involved. If you can help me out with your questions, I'm happy to answer questions and address comments after this. If you can use our question format, that would be great. 3 stars, 3 question marks, and then your question will help that come through. And then we'll also, as part of that, say howdy to folks in the audience. And I'm happy to say we added 2 countries on the world map, Chile and Colombia, which is pretty awesome. An international sensation. What's Up Wednesday? Who knew? So let me kind of get into this. Why am I taking a sabbatical? This was probably the most difficult decision I made in many years. It will upset some of you. It will surprise some of you. Some of you may say, I told you so. And all of you wouldn't kind of be wrong, but it's just things have kind of come to a head. And that's what I want to do tonight is talk about what's happening. So what's happening is I need a break. I just need a break. I'm going to explain this more in detail in a few minutes. What I did not want to do, because we spent 6 years growing this community together, is just disappear off YouTube. Many of the van lifers done it. Other YouTube content creators have done it. And I did not want to just disappear without explaining myself and asking for your patience as I take the sabbatical so we can come back stronger than ever. I'll be taking a sabbatical from YouTube over the next several months. Little recorded, edited, uploaded video content will be put on YouTube. I've been doing this every week. I'm going to show you in a minute. It might blow your mind. It blows my mind. Tonight will be our last scheduled What's Up Wednesday. That probably hurts my heart the most because this is where we bring our community together. And this is our last scheduled What's Up Wednesday. What's great is I spoke with all of my partners last week, some RV manufacturers, everybody that's kind of been a supporter of me, us, the channel. I had conversations with them last week. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But we might do a partner pop-up during the sabbatical. I might just throw a video up just because I want YouTube to know I'm alive, right? My plan is, again, to take a vacation from the overhead of YouTube. I'll be returning. The plan is on Wednesday, the 28th of August, 2024. At that point, we'll be returning to regular What's Up Wednesdays and regular YouTube schedules. We're returning as a travel-focused channel. That would be going to national parks, taking trips of days, weeks, or months to cool places. We'll have a planned route plan like national parks, Who knew? There could be more storytelling oriented and far fewer van tours. I have leaned on van tours to generate views for far too long. The van's important, but those of you that have your van, you know it's about getting out there. That's what it's all about. Now, I've been fortunate enough to save enough money over the years that I'm not going to starve to death on this sabbatical. So for that, I'm very thankful. So what's it mean for Go Small, Live Large? As I mentioned, this is the last scheduled What's Up Wednesday until I return. We may pop in just to check in on everybody. That would be fun. Again, very few posted videos to YouTube just to let them know I'm still alive. The algorithm, that is. We will have no more scheduled Vanberries or roundups through the YouTube platform. In fact, I'm going to cancel the Vanbury Roundup in September, or the Vanbury Campout in September. That was going to be at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I'm not going. I've not bought a ticket because they're not available yet. They go on sale in 7 days. I'm going to release my camp spot. I will not be going to the Bourbon Festival as a Vanbury in September. However, for those of you on Patreon that are at the true believer level, you know about our secret camp out in Florida at home base. That is going to continue. So I'm very excited about that. And I would ask that if you want to kind of go with me on this new ride, consider joining Patreon, patreon.com/go small, live large. There's a $0 level, $10 level, and $20 a level. And it'd just be an honor to have you part of that special community that we built just over the last year. And it's a really tight community. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. All right, Scott, keep going. So why a sabbatical? Deep breath. I needed vacation. I needed vacation from my dream life. YouTube is a huge commitment. For those of you that are content creators, you know how tough it is to be a content creator. It's way different than a job. YouTube is not like a 48-hour-a-week job where you get nights off, you get weekends off, you get holidays off. It's a demanding mistress, and it's very fickle. And if you're not producing the exact kind of content that the algorithm rewards, you just kind of get left behind. And that's what's been happening to me. Let me share some numbers with you and what have you. Here we go, Scott. So I posted my very first YouTube video in April of 2018. I didn't have my van. We hadn't even ordered the van yet. I don't think. And I posted a video a month up until August. This video actually was me and Kyle going to our very first RV show. I was so excited. He was so not. I started posting content at least weekly, beginning in August of 2018. And ever since then, I have been posting 1, 2, 3 pieces of content, that'd be videos, up to YouTube, plus What's Up Wednesday, which started in January 2021. So I'm not slacking on the effort. However, I'm going to show you some numbers here, and I want to zoom in for you. I just did my taxes for 2023, and to kind of put this in perspective, for the entire year last year off YouTube, and that includes super chats, by the way. I see some big numbers. Thank you. That's so generous of you. We'll get to that in just a second. For all in on YouTube, I made $24,861 for all of the effort on YouTube in 2023. Not looking to get any sympathy. I'm just saying, some can live on $2,000 a month, not me. So let me share what's going on, because the more effort I put in, the less I'm making. Let me spin this forward. And this really was kind of what brought this to a head at this point in time. So these are views. This is off the YouTube Studio app for creators like me. And views of my videos, live and otherwise, for the first 90 days in 2024. If you look at the left-hand side, views are up 52% more than the previous 90 days, which would have been Q4 2023. And that's over 800,000 views of videos. Pretty awesome, right? Again, not for lack of effort. Watch time for the first 90 days in 2024, left red circle there, up 34% more than the previous 90 days. You see the big spike there? That's the Super Show. That's always a lift. And over 78,000 hours of Go Small, Live Large content has been generated in these 90 days. Subscribers, really happy to say in the first 90 days of 2024, subscribers were up 36% more than the previous 90-day period, adding about 2,000 people over that 90-day period. Revenue for the first 90 days in 2024, there you can see the red bubble, was $5,273 divided by January, February, March. It's about $1,700 a month. Not shabby. Not shabby. The problem is, if I look at just the last 90 days, or the last 30 days, that's the month of March, the revenue has already shrank over $400. And this continues to be the trend, which is it's this roller coaster of a demanding mistress that is called YouTube. And it's a treadmill. I used to have 7 Saturdays. I now have 7 Mondays. And because the income from YouTube is fairly anemic, now I could move these numbers by doing things that aren't me. I can make negative stuff. I could top 5 things I hate about. Van life sucks for these reasons. I've experimented and they really work. Some of my competitors put out a bunch of negative stuff to get it ain't me. So I'm kind of the oddball. I get it. So what I want to do is, what I need to do is rely on some partners for income. That was kind of the game, to be able to get out of my corporate job, create a community, create some fun on the road, and find some sponsors to help augment YouTube. And I'm happy to say I've had some great partners over the year, including SSRV and Volta. Amazing, right? We've built a whole family around SSRV, and I'm so pleased to be part of that family. And my Wi-Fi still working. And we had 2 new partners this year. I'm really excited. Rover Vans and Sunshine State RVs. I've called all my partners I've worked with over the years, including some of the manufacturers like Coachman RV, Nick there, and Winnebago Motorhomes, my home dealer. I said, hey, here's what's up. Here's why. And though they were surprised, they understood. More importantly, they were very understanding and supportive and said, hey, take a vacation. We'll pick up where we left off. In fact, let's make bigger and better plans. So I just want to thank all of you for being in this audience, number one, for the partners for being there for the ride. And without them, I probably would have stopped this, just because putting out the amount of effort to make 24 grand a year, frankly, isn't worth it. But we've put a lot of investment and time and effort, all this together, to bring this community together. So we've got to figure out what's next. So what's next? Excuse me. I knew this would be tough. Let me just look over here, see what's coming up next. So what's coming up next is, for me, after Bisbee, I'm really happy to say that my partner Kyle of 24 years is flying into Tucson. We're going to do the whole Bisbee thing together. And for those of you going to Bisbee and were there last year, you know what a hoop and a holler it's going to be. When Bisbee's done, I'm going to pile him into the van and we are driving back to Florida. I'm returning to home base. And one of the first things I'm going to do is hire a personal trainer at the Anytime Fitness near one of the houses. And I'm going to get into a physical regimen that is going to pay off big time. I'm really excited about that. We already have a cruise planned. He's really good on getting free cruises to the casino. So mid-May, we're jumping on a Caribbean cruise for about 2 weeks. Pretty excited about that. One thing about Kyle, all the previous years when I was leaving, I'm like, sayonara, I'll see you in December. Return to home base. This year, there was a very different weird feeling. Maybe it's the death of my mom, death of my dad, the separation from past and present with those two. And all I have really left is my brother and sister, which, you know, your brothers and sisters, and Kyle. So there was just something very different about the feeling this year, departing Florida, and it just didn't feel right. That really kind of came to a head. What's next for Go Small, Live Large? Talked to you about the content, talked about the What's Up Wednesday. We'll pop in here and there, but I'm pretty much taking a break. However, I'm leaning into Patreon. What I wanted to do is, let's see, stay involved is next. Okay. Leaning into Patreon and our Zoom chats. I'm going to experiment traveling in my van without the overhead of YouTube. So think about this for a second, please. And that is, I've never traveled in my van doing YouTube without doing YouTube. Now I'm going to experiment traveling in my van without YouTube. I can't wait. And I'm going to experiment with travel destination style videos. I'm going to look at a lot of them on the YouTube and figure out what formats I like. Maybe I can come up with my own and just learn better storytelling around destinations. Or probably come back with a different format of What's Up Wednesday. I got to figure out my new audio gear that I spent a few $1,000s on. Haven't even used it yet. And what's probably going to happen is I'm going to likely stop traveling full time, which means I leave in December, leave in February, and return in December for Christmas. I'm probably going to stop full-time van travel and living in my van, assuming one of the houses are open. So the punchline there is I'm going to be more like most of you, because this is all I've known for 6 years. Well, since February 2019 when I went full-time. So what that means is I'll be able to understand how you travel and help folks understand through the experience of 6 years of doing this, how to plan trips for days, weeks, or months. And maybe national parks will be on the list and some of the other things. And it'll be a 2-week trip and return to home base. Now, I really want to get back out west. So what's going to happen is at some point next year, I'm going to have to skedaddle all the way west. So we can do the Rockies and that kind of a thing. I'm even toying with leaving the van at my brother's house, flying back. So at least the van's in the west, which might open up an opportunity for a new van to do the East Coast and Central US. I don't know. We'll see. A lot of things up in the air. When I do come back on the airwaves on YouTube, my plan is to travel for a long trip up the East Coast. I've never been on the East Coast, north of Philadelphia, in the van. So I'm really excited about that. So that's kind of some of the plans there. A lot of you are in here. I appreciate that. So let's talk about how to stay involved if you'd like to. And I really pray that you do, because we've all invested so much. So one of the easiest things, and I promise to put more content here, is on the Go Small Live Large Facebook page that Chris and Sandy put together. I haven't posted here just because I got so many other things going on, mentioned all that. So here I will pop in more often and say hi, put some content here. The other thing that I'm doing is leaning really heavily into Patreon. We started this community a little over a year ago. And for those of you that are part of this, I'm really passionate about it. We share a lot of stuff. You'll never see a lot of the stuff on YouTube, Instagram, or otherwise, because I'm leaning in on Patreon with videos, photos, advice. We're continuing our Zoom group chat twice a month. Urban camping locations will still be revealed because I'm going to be traveling in my van. And those will be revealed for the $20 a month level. And I'll still be posting roundups and van breeze, but only through the Patreon platform. So if you want to get involved and put some energy in there, you choose whether it's worth it or not. You can stop at any time. Those are the dollar levels. Everybody gets something. And for those of you at the True Believer level, our next Patreon Zoom is going to be next Friday the 19th, which is going to be from Bisbee. So we might be passing around the phone or the microphone around the campfire at the Bisbee and letting everybody kind of share. And we might make that an open one. I don't know. What do you think? So that's what I wanted to share with you. Because again, it's been very heavy on my heart, and I'm sorry to kind of shock a lot of you, but it's time to do something different. The effort is real. The results are real, but I need 7 Saturdays and then some back, not 7 Mondays and not so much for the return. So hopefully that makes sense to you. If you can give us a thumb up, that would be awesome. So I hope you enjoyed that and now have a better understanding of why I'm doing this and what I'm looking to do when I come back at the end of August 2024. I want to thank each and every one of you for all the support you've given me, my channel, and this audience over about 6 years of putting content up on YouTube. It would be a delight to have you join the Patreon Go Small Live Large community, growing like crazy. There's a free and a $10 a month and a $20 a month level. So for free, it'd be great to have you there and keep the community rolling forward while I take a pause on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Journey on, and peace be with you.